Let's see what we got, boys. We got ourselves Athel, man. Looking all red. Vampiric. We got ourselves, I love Big Tree with Haver. We got Pearly. We got ourselves Galoosh. Who's going to be first up, is going to last. We got ourselves Ava Maria on Ava Liara, the Demon Hunter. We got Anton on the back, Troll, ready to go as an Ellie Shaman. We got Chirp, and we got ourselves Abib. It looks like Abib is going to go give these boys a bit of a bib. Who's going to be first up over in team one? Is it the Fire Mage potentially? Pulley? It looks like it is going to be the Mage versus the Bib. Hit him with a sap immediately. Doesn't give this man a chance to play. That's going to be Shadow Blades immediately. Polly? Does he go? Pulley? Polly? I don't even know. Piley. Pile. I won't call it Pally. Can I call it Pally? No, it's not your name even, actually. Piley. I'll try Pile. Pile? Kyle, but like P. Gonna be a bit of a fireballs by Pile. Combustion up and running. Has himself Ballistic Gas. Gonna be a full setup. Trying to see if maybe we can go for a kick versus a Bib. That's going to be a Polymorph. That's going to be a blind by the Rogue to an older time by Polly. Does get himself a bit of that shift in power. A Bib looking for that reset. Used to go for a clean set. Vanish up. Not Vanish. Invis out for the Mage. It basically is their Vanish though, to be honest. It is their Vanish with a Bib looking for a bit of a reset himself. Pile is kind of out in the open, waiting for the Rogue. The Rogue got himself sipping up. Pile could potentially Nova him out. He's right next to the guy. For a second, is going to start going for the Arcane Explosions. What kind of a build is he going? I'm not seeing. Looks like he's just full combustion. Vanished by the Rogue immediately. Flashcraft right after. Sitting in stealth. Should be able to see him for a second. Looks like a Bib sat there. Vanished the whole time with the Flashcraft Pile. Does get himself the ultra time. Pre-rolling ahead of time. Has himself caught combustion rolling in still. Ruin of Power getting set up as he's trying to get some more Power Blast to a Bib. And that ultra time is going to be able to get himself back up and running. A Bib so far taking a bit of damage from the Mage. But so far this Mage hasn't been super aggressive or threatening unless he's combusting, and maybe that's what this man is playing for, like a combustion cooldown reduction build, and that's only going to be all his damage. Going to be a cheap shot by Pile going to go for the blink into a breath right after. A Bib can only do so much to really lock him down, and that's going to be Ring of Frost to follow. Pile at least got himself a lot of survivability versus the Rogue. And that's going to be Bib try to see if we continue the pressure versus Pile as best as he can. Try to see, does he need to walk into the Ring of Frost? He does eventually do it, letting the fire break him out of it as best as possible. So hold on to, actually no more defenses, no quick shots for a second. And Pile is just continuing to get hit with the stuns back-to-back. Shift to power. It's going to be a stun to interrupted. That's no blink for it. Rune of Power does not get interrupted just yet. Looks like actually maybe almost got interrupted. Going to be big damage to the Pile. Looks like he actually got enough damage versus the Rogue. What is this build? I'm trying to figure out. Is it like a Fireball, Pyroblast, Fireball build? He just like playing like for cooldown reduction on defenses and offenses, and it just continuously gets a little bit of sustained damage versus them. Big Invoke by Chirp, immediate Icebug by Pile. As he does need to go for a bit of a reset. Gonna be Chirp bailing out of there, picking up a Cerberus standing next to Pile in case he busts out. He has himself full incarnation. That's gonna be all the time. Pile potentially could be in trouble. That's gonna be a big Starburst knocking up in air. He knows he's gonna go back behind the pillar. Pile is definitely gonna have to take that all the time. Breath of the Chirp with the Ring of Frost to follow. Does freeze him for a second. Chirp chickens out once he gets super aggressive. Gonna be the Nova trying to break him out. Pile does himself mobility over Druid with a soul shape. Perfectly timed for him. As we head in the 4-minute mark, as Chirp gonna mount up and should be able to maybe get himself a little bit of distance, cover a bit of distance with that mount. Pile does mount up as well. Looks like he's the one pushing into a Chirp. He's gonna back up for a second. Looks like Chirp is just looking for a bit of recovery. He does have Incarnation coming back in 20 seconds, so maybe that's what he's looking for. Incarnation 20. Pile should have himself the Trinket back up though. Ring of Frost, Rune of Power. That's gonna be Roar, but Chirp does Trinket out pretty early into a Cyclone. Does he trick it? He does trick an interrupted Chirp. Does Chirp survive this burst? If he can just live it for a second, the full creation should be available. He could potentially have a play here. Knocking Pile out in the open. Chirp, maybe he's going to just reposition. Big Convoke. Looks like Pile is going to blink out of it. Man, the mobility. Looks like Pile was expecting the Big Convoke out of Chirp. His Jealous Incarnation, so potentially could have himself lots of damage. That shield is just holding strong versus the laser beam up from the sky with a Fury of a Loon. Silence out of Pile. Bash to follow is going to knock up in the air. Has a blink for it. Got himself shields back up. A Chirp, it seems like no matter how many Star Surges this man sinks into this guy just doesn't go down in health at all. Into regrowth of the Chirp. Cyclone to Pile. Does have combustion still. Swing blinking around the corner, potentially has the Fire Blast and Pyro Blast to take down the kitty. Chirp trying to recover. That is emergency healing. He's running dry actually on the emergency heals. He has himself renewal. Wants to use it as early as possible before Dampen really climbs up. Thorns not really helping the situation. Gonna be a bear form before the Panda Racial. As Barkskin is going to use it really early on, trying to give himself as much survivability as possible. Trying to not to get juked out on the interrupt. Looks like it is going to be an interrupt by Pile. And maybe Chirp can give another CC rolling onto Pile. Potentially another Cyclone. Bash to follow. Does he have a blink? Another Convoke. Is it going to hit? Potentially. Maybe big damage. That's going to be Pile taking a bit of DPS from it. Pile is going to give himself shooting power. Get himself Fire Blast back to back. Interrupt or follow. That's going to interrupt him on nature. Looks like Chirp potentially has the damage. Does he have enough to finish? Pile got himself Fire Blast. He's finding himself damage. It's going to be Chirp potentially with a Starburst on a Pile with a Roar right after. And that's going to be Brett to follow. I think it might be over for Chirp. Does he get it? Pile does end up blasting him out at the end. Oh my goodness, the survivability of Fire Mage right now is ridiculously high. With Antabadan going to be up next, is he going to be enough to take him out? What is that sheep you got going on? Huh? You got like a spectral sheep with ya. Pile does have Ice Block. He looks like should have Ultra Time Cauterize. It looks like maybe images are dimmed out, but I don't know if it's like bugged for him or not. But it should hopefully have images available. Antabadan should be able to take him down. No health left on the Mage at all. Breath to follow. Polymer for after. Antabadan still got a full flesh cap. Those pets are still got some dots on the pile. Trying to see if he can go for an Abyss. The shields should be able to have himself a clean reset. I thought it's Pharaoh form. Yeah, no, it was a Boomy. Yeah, Boomies I think have it hard versus Mages right now. Mages have so much survivability. Antabadan got the Swarm next to him. Gonna be the Ghoul on top of him. Combustion up and running. Gonna be Anta trying to see if he can cleave down through Pile. Pile got himself lots of survivability. Does give him some shields in between. Using Blinks defensively. And it's gonna be Ice Block to follow as he dips real low. It looks like Antabadan is just gonna have to wait out for him. 45% dampening. And Anta just didn't take that much damage. The Spell Warden PvP talent is getting him a lot of that survivability. Breath by Pile. Polymer to follow, Trinket out of immediately. Going to be Angel trying to see aggressive with Pile. Going to have a blink and soul shape. Trinket to follow as well. All the time available for Pile. Has himself reversal. Can put himself back behind the pillar. Going to be the grippy hand put him out all the time with the blink to follow. Trying to see if he can stay aggressive with those with the mobility versus the death. Just trying to see if he can play into the disadvantage of the DK. Trying to land on the Polymer. Going to be the Army of the Dead join in. It's going to be dots on the Pile with a slow to follow. The pet should be empowered and should do enough damage. Pile should potentially house Cauterize proccing. This man is still surviving at 49% dampening. This Fire Mage survivability is ridiculous, Liz. What is going on? Pile got us some mobility. Got us some mobility healing all the time. Images, potentially Images are going to help with the Cauterize. Got himself the shields. Man, if this guy makes an escape, I'll be surprised. Anton is going to slow down, but it's Frostbolts. Hopefully the goal is on Pile. Is going to be able to fireball the pet a little bit to get some cooldown reduction. Looking for yet another combustion. I think he's trying to see maybe we can make one last play with a big final combustion. Potentially could have a big go. That pet is taking a bit of beating. Maybe it's open to Anton, sacrifices it. We got to be Chain of Ice. Pile does go for a root onto Anton. Is going to be able to get away for a second. Does he get himself any healing whatsoever? Looks like he's trying to see if he can mount up. The dots are still on him. The pet swing is around the corner. Is going to be able to claw away the shield. And maybe Antabadan does it with the Chain of Ice, but the blink is going to give him so much advantage, so much distance. That Swarm is going to be attached from the Abomination. The Abom is actually not succeeded yet. Pile's still taking quite a bit of damage. The pet is going to break out and freeze in just a second. If Anton interrupts the pet, if he empowers it, it could be over. Pile had no health whatsoever. That's going to be a couple glowing shadows and it might be over. I think he's an execute range. Does he have an execute on him? I think, oh, Soul Reaper barely kills him. He's almost dead. How is that Soul Reaper not hit him there? How is that not do enough damage? That's an extra gold join in. Another breath. How is this man still alive? That's a Soul Reaper execute damage. Soul Reapers usually hit really hard all the time. And there goes the Seed Pod. There's no way all the time helps you alive, right? There's no way. Even if you alter, the Seed Pod is the only thing that's keeping you alive. There it is. Anton had a hell of a game versus that Mage. Alrighty, boys. Now we're going to have the fastest rounds of just people knocking each other out. 3 left on Team 2. Whole team 4 of them left on team 1. Can Antabadan just absolutely ramp up the biggest damage and counter Athaman? That's going to be cooldowns for cooldowns. Immediate bubble for Atha. Look at the cheese him out. Going to be AMS for Anton. AMZ on top of it. Going to the pet's interrupted. Has himself the Dark Pact in case he needs to. Not going to go for the Death Pact just yet. Athaman just trying to avoid the pet and the Death Pact. The Claw in hand is gripping right through him. Going to be the Shield Avengers just popping like it was nothing. Popping like a balloon. The arm is at a short set stone. Has no health. Oh, does get gripped in. As the Death that tries to heal himself with Death Pact, but that hammer just went down square in his head. With Trial going in quick, zap Irunian just takes him out. Is it Gloosh up next? It looks like it may be. Oh my goodness, Trial. Let's get himself a little bit of a rematch versus Gloosh, doesn't he? Gonna be the rogue up with the shadow strike. Gonna be a wall before it happens as the absorb trick is coming down, or resonant trick coming down. I don't think it was resonant trick. Troj decided, you know what, I need to trinket this. Flash got immediately. Glitch is trying to see if he can blast her with him. Glitch has no health whatsoever. Cloak shot as well. Does Straw have enough damage to follow it up? Looks like Glitch is getting lava bursted. Does he not gonna be enough though? Does have a smoke bomb? Shadow step to the rogue, to the shaman, and Glitch does end up taking him out of the end. Man, that could have been huge. That could have been massive. Glitch goes for a bit of a reset versus Avaliara. They definitely need to pick up eyes or something. Definitely need to take down Glitch. No more trinket for the rogue so they can snipe him out, maybe versus Hava or Love Big Tree. If they kill rogue without committing too many cooldowns, they may be able to do something here. The rogue is trying to see if he can avoid him the best possible. Avaliara might just have to pick up eyes. Sees the rogue, and it's going to get him out in the open. Definitely saw the rogue. Wait, how did the rogue is still in stealth? You definitely see the rogue, right? He's definitely chasing right after him. Okay, Avaliara is going for the eyes. Glitch is going to go for a complete reset behind the pillar. Hopefully, Avaliara is very, very quick. They definitely need to make sure they fell rush around the corner to catch Glitch. They can't get sapped. If they get sapped right now, they'll definitely give the rogue an advantage. Looking for the rogue, staying off of the mount. Glitch could poke around the pillar, shadow step and sap him. Sap, there it goes. As they did get Immolation Aura, maybe Avaliara gets a demon proc while Glitch opens up on him with that Immolation Aura. Does have the eyes back up. Should see the rogue. Should be able to catch him. And Avaliara turns tail, actually. There's going to be trinket immediately as the resonant trinket comes out. So the rogue looks like he's going to back up for a second. Rogue has no more trinket. It's going to be a resonant trinket for Avaliara. Is it going to be enough, though? Potentially. Glitch, I think, does take damage from it. Going to be another blade dance, but a blind does break apart the burst out of the Demon Hunter. And Glitch is looking for a bit of a reset. Sap. Does Avaliara have enough here? They have immunity, which is good for this. At this part of the duel. At 76% dampening, immunity is better than leech. Kidney shot. Maybe a demon spawns in for Avaliara so they can snipe it out and they get a lot of healing out of it. Mad damage out of Glitch. It's over. Yeah, once you got that big execute, big eviscerate crit, there's nothing you can do. Once you got the big eviscerate, there's literally nothing you can do. That's interesting. Alrighty, boys, let's get another up and running. Yeah, if we got the groups.